Yo, what is going on, everybody? Eagle fans, hater fans, you know what I mean?
A
It is
whole
what it
lot of
is.
haters
We
too.
are, oh boy, we about to get into it, but we are here live with another episode of the Showdown, episode 22, with my guy, King DV, and our special guest, Symone. But King, what is going on, brother?
Not much, man. How was everybody holiday, man?
Great. Let's get into it. It was good.
Couldn't have been
Simone, thank you. Simone, thank you for jumping on. Hey, I know you're a busy woman, but thank you for, just spending a few minutes, but I ain't gonna say hours, but a few minutes with us on the Showdown podcast. So how are you, how was your holiday and what is going on with you?
I'll put it like this. I love the time with the family. Santa blessed me with a lot of gifts, so I must have been good this year. I got a win from the Sixers on Christmas Day. As the old people say, can't complain. Can't complain.
Can't complain. Look, I like it. Hey, look, we all live, we all behind the cameras. So, yes, we cannot complain. There are literally some serious things going on out there, but we are happy to be here. But before we get into it, man, let's get into the injury report. Jalen Hurts, of course, Nick Sirianni was asked today, could he play? He tried to play it off. Of course he could play, whatever it is. Lane Johnson, we already know that he's out for at least the rest of the regular season.
Right.
Avonte Maddox, our slot corner, nickel corner, he's out for the rest of the damn year. Miles Sanders all of a sudden today, a knee injury. If the game would have been played today, he would not be able to play. AJ Brown with the knee, but and Jordan Davis concussion. It seems like that Jordan Davis is on every other goddamn injury report. But without further ado, how are y'all feeling, man, about these injuries so far? That slowly, oh my God, we've been lucky all year. And Santa was like, you know what, Eagles fan, y'all threw snowballs at me. I'm going to put some coal in your stockings. And injury bug done hit. How y'all feeling about this, man? Because I'm not feeling good.
It just seemed like you said, we had injuries here and there throughout the season, of course, but it just seemed like a tidal wave of injuries just came in and wrecked like a hurricane what we had going on in Philadelphia. And it's just hard to stay positive. We need Avonte Maddox. We know we need Avonte Maddox. We've seen what it's like without Avonte Maddox. Good Lord, how much we need Lane Johnson, especially if Jalen Hurts isn't playing, how much we need Lane Johnson. Jordan Davis hasn't been healthy pretty much probably majority of the season. And it's just like, dang, we traded up for you, brother. We spent our number 1 round pick on this big dude that can't be out on the field. It's just so many negatives going on right now. And I just have to say, yes, injuries are a part of the game, but I just feel like Jalen Hurts has to play on Sunday.
Ooh, okay, all right. So, all right. Oh, King, before I get into have to play on Sunday, King, thoughts on this injury list so far? Go ahead, talk to me, man.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that, man. Yeah, I'd rather have 80% Jalen Hurts than 100% Gardner Minshew. He has to play. Our offense rolls better with Jalen Hurts, and the team plays for Jalen Hurts, because he's a leader. Gardner Minshew, he showed that he was a backup quarterback. When Maddox went out, man, I said, "Oh my God, we got Josiah Scott coming in the game." And Lord
Pain
behold,
in my heart.
he his presence his presence was known. I'm trying hard not to look at Symone's screen right now. But yeah, it was just one of those things that I'm like, yo, what went wrong soon as Maddox got hurt. Then you had Lane Johnson get hurt. Lane Johnson got hurt, and I'm like, oh, who are you going to put in? And I know we're going to get into it, but who are we going to put in that situation to fill that void? You know, we don't have Cowboys defense we're going against, but this is a good defense. We need somebody there, even if they put another blocking tight end. But we need extra blocking, especially if Jalen Hurts doesn't play. So we don't even know as of yet if he's going to play or not. Jordan Davis, big dude, man. What more can you say, man? Like he's just been one of those guys that cannot shake the injury bug. He did walkthroughs with a concussion, but let's see if he practiced tomorrow.
Yeah,
Honestly,
and look.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just following up on what he was saying about Josiah Scott, and I know this ain't the video for this, but I'm gonna just say this real quick. I'm sure we've all been reiterating this before the season started. Our lack of developing defensive backs really has shown. We've got all these random young dudes, including Josiah Scott, that we keep signing, randomly traded for. We randomly traded for Josiah Scott for whatever reason and have not developed none of them. So that's just so annoying, the fact that why do we have all these random young DBs who we have not developed? That's all I got to say.
All right. Look, I'm going to say this, man. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Richie, Aiden, Ted. Who else is on here? Carlos. I'm trying. Joseph, Oates, DeVolier, Jones. I'm sorry. Hey, look, if I'm butchering up your name, but shout out to all y'all, man, that's watching, man. Please make sure y'all hit that like, comment, subscribe button on all three platforms. The link are in the description. But look, to me, you said that Jalen Hurts has to play on Sunday. Look, I don't believe so. I do not think so. I feel like that Gardner Minshew, that America's team, Christmas Eve, the one game that was on TV that he was like the deers in the headlight every freaking snap against the Saints, a 1 p.m. game. There's 5 other games on at the same time. I don't think that Jalen Hurts have to play. Our offense put up 34 points. If you are a great defense, a top 5 defense, you should not be giving up 40 points. We would definitely get into the whole point thing, but I do not think that Jalen Hurts have to play. I just feel like that we just need to play our same offensive style of game and see what happens.
Now, the only thing is, I said that same thing because I saw some people making videos before Dallas saying play Jalen Hurts if he can play. And I didn't agree with that at all. But now, look, we got 2 games. A lot can go wrong. There is no room for error, is all I'm saying. Now, the Saints are not the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys offense was electric and kept them in the game. The Saints offense is nowhere near the Dallas Cowboys offense, which will keep us comfortable. It won't be a back and forth game. It shouldn't be a back and forth game. But we do have injuries on defense. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson won't be back. Avonte Maddox won't be back. I mean, Jordan Davis, hadn't even made his presence that much felt in months. But he won't be playing. So I can see why we could be a little bit more relaxed in this game. We went up against the Cowboys. The offense put up 28 points if you delete the pick 6. If we put up 28 points against the Saints, no, we should not lose that game because they don't have an offense, I don't think, to score 40 points like Dallas did. But I'm scared.
15 average.
I don't want
15. They've been averaging. They've been averaging 15 points a game the whole year.
Now, I agree with you, JC, but I'm scared because we only got 2 opportunities, and I'm scared. That's it.
No, we good. We good. Crunch time, baby. Crunch time. Even if it goes to the Giants game, I ain't scared. Look, the next 2 games is a wrap. Either way. But the thing is like health is health. How many guys are you willing to risk to get that number 1 seed, right? That's the only thing I'm worried about is the injuries. But I feel like that we were 13-1 before we faced Dallas on Christmas Eve. We should be at 14-1, whatever. But we'll get into that. But absolutely, 13-1. So you mean to tell me the Eagles gonna go from 13-1 to 13-4?
Okay, but JC, this is not the same Eagles team. You're talking about a fully loaded team with Jalen Hurts, Dallas Goedert, and Lane Johnson, and all them boys healthy. This is a no Lane Johnson and a no Jalen Hurts team we're talking about. And heck yeah, I could see that team slipping up and losing to the Saints. And the Giants might be in a must-win game situation for us week 18.
Yeah.
Lord knows I don't want to play a team that's in a must-win situation, especially a division team. So all I'm saying is we have to win it this week. I'm confident we will, but we have to. That's all I'm saying.
King, anything else to add?
Not scared. I'm a little nervous
though. Scared,
though.
Man, don't be scared.
No, I'm a little nervous.
Scared.
A little nervous though, only because the Saints has to win to still be in a playoff contention. And then also their run game. So we're going to get into that, but that's what I'm nervous about. We're going to get into all that, but that's the only reason why I'm nervous. If we have to end it with the Giants, I don't think that anything can happen that last game, man. Anything can happen that last game. So we need to get it.
Listen. Hearing right now. Nah, man. I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed right now. Can you
listen? Listen.
13-1
JC.
13-4. That will be one of the worst collapse in my eyes.
But JC, if the team was fully healthy, we would not be having this conversation. We're without our quarterback.
We wasn't healthy in 2017, but we find a way.
But we had way more. Okay, this isn't the same.
No, we did not. This team is the best offensive team that we ever had. And this defense,
with Lane Johnson.
Sacks.
With Lane Johnson and Jalen Hurts.
Missing Jason Peters, our starting left tackle at that time. So there's no way you could tell me this is 2017 all over again. But the only thing is we have more talent on offense and defense.
Two things really happen the same twice. Does history ever repeat?
Deja vu. Hey, even Nick Wright said the same exact thing in 2017. The Eagles are not going to be a team to fear in the NFC playoffs. Your Nick Wright, scrawny ass, nerdy ass dude that got picked on all through high school. Yeah, I do. Because, hey, you can tell the guys, I was like, man, please. You didn't play no sport in high school. You was that dude that got picked on by athletes. And now you feel some type of way. Nick Wright.
Why y'all got beef?
What are you talking about? This dude is a Philly hater. I
never listened to him.
What? Oh my God. Look, this dude said exact same thing in 2017. It was like the Eagles are the worst number 1 seed that ever made the playoffs. They were underdog every round. Exact same thing. As soon as Jalen Hurts went down, this dude changed his mind completely. Matter of fact, he wasn't even on board on Jalen Hurts. But as soon as he went down, man, the Eagles, he picked the winner to make the NFC Championship is the winner of the Cowboys-Buccaneers game. The Cowboys or the NFC South Championship game will make the NFC Championship game. You tell me, what is that?
A whole bunch of baloney.
Okay, well, that's the problem. Like, some way, somehow, he got picked on by Philly fans when he came to Philly. And now it's like a grudge that he's holding on. But that's fine. Eagle fans, we are in good hands because that exact same thing he said in 2017. These injuries started piling up, but some way, somehow, we find a way. The Philadelphia Eagles are one team. I will never say, you know what? I don't see us winning this game. No, I've been a fan for so long. I've seen it over and over. As soon as you count this team out, that's when they play the best game. That's when they're like rise up and show everybody that you are wrong. Do not ever bet against us. That's why I'm so confident. That's why I'm so shocked that y'all are so like.
Well, JC, I love it, and I wish I had that energy you had. I really do. I'm jealous. I wish I was feeling the way you're feeling. All I'm saying is, shoot, baby, the margin of error is tight, baby. We got no room for mistake, and we've got no starting quarterback. We've got no starting left tackle. We've got no slot corner. That's all I'm saying. We got no big Jordan Davis to plug up them holes versus Alvin Kamara or whatever.
But we got Sue and Joseph.
That's true. That's true.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we fine. We're fine. Yes, the Maddox injury really, really hurt. But at the same time, yes, Chauncey Gardner is not going to come back this week. As much as y'all want him to come back, revenge game number 20 for the Eagles. He's not coming back this week. But I feel like with the week of preparation, with Driscoll at the right tackle, with who was it? Scott or whoever they decided to put at the slot, there's no CeeDee Lamb. There's no CeeDee Lamb on the Saints. I'm sorry. Because the slot is what ate us up.
They do got a Chris Olave,
though.
CeeDee
Lamb on there. Who?
They got a Chris Olave, though.
He's questionable with the hamstring, which he didn't play last week. I had him in fantasy, and he said,
Yeah.
Andy?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Andy.
That's what I'm saying.
Then they got
redhead.
Yeah, but we will get into it. But okay, look, let's get this out the way, man.
This should have been out the way. We 20
Saturday's game. You know what I mean? The Cowboys thing, the whole Christmas Eve thing. Like, let's talk about it real quick, man. The Christmas Eve game. What is y'all good? The good things? All right. This is hunt the good stuff right now, Symone. Just dig deep, find some good that happened. Yes, we did not have our starting quarterback, but what are some good things that happened, this past Christmas Eve against the Dallas Cowboys before we move on to the real team that we have to face?
The good that happened is Devontae Smith showed out. AJ Brown made huge plays. Dallas Goedert came back and made huge plays. Devontae Smith just showing each and every time why he was worth trading up for and grabbing. AJ Brown showing off, showing why we, traded our pick and locked him up and paid for him. Devontae Smith reached 1,000 receiving yards. We got 2 receivers with 1,000 receiving yards. Lane Johnson, before he went out, showed how strong he was again. But Dallas Goedert, I mean, having him back, huge. So my biggest positive was that our offense can still score. Devontae Smith and our playmakers on offense are going to step up. And that's what has me confident and comfort in this game against the Saints. We know we'll be able to score on the Saints. The question is, will our defense snap out of that funky sheet that they was Darius Slay? What the heck, dude? You know what I'm saying? But this is the positives.
Yeah, positive. Come on.
The positive again. The positive. A positive. I'm gonna spin it. Darius Slay didn't have the best game, but the positive is I don't think Darius Slay will have 2 bad games or 2 mediocre games in a row. But the overall positive was it was great to see Dallas Goedert coming back and not missing a beat. And it has me excited to continue to watch this offense. Our offense kept us in a lot of games this season, and I think it will keep us in the game against the Saints.
All right, King.
Josh Sweat pick 6. Let's start there. That pick 6 was everything. But We were up twice on them, 10 points twice. Also, yes, like Symone said, 1,000-yard receiver in Devontae Smith. We already had one with AJ Brown. Also, Dallas Goedert coming back was a plus. I would have liked for us to, run the ball efficiently. We did run the ball, but we didn't really get too much, yardage that way. And that's due to.
Is that the good or the bad?
Huh? I'm just saying that I wish that we did that, but
is that the good or the bad?
It's hard for us doing this.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
No, it's not. Just stick to the script. All right, the script.
All right, the good. The good. Shane Steichen called a decent game. Regardless of all, listen, he did. Despite all the, bad, which we're going to get into. But he did call a decent game. And that's all I got to say.
All right, look. All right. Okay. It's cute and all. Look. The good for me is this. The Eagles didn't punt the whole freaking game. We went against a good defense. Like the Dallas Cowboys are number one in turnover ratio. You know what I mean? And we were number one a few weeks ago, and not the Dallas Cowboys. And we didn't punt the whole freaking game. Our only punts were the turnovers. But we're going to get into that. But that is my good right there. That means that this offense can move up and down the field on anybody. Of course, Devontae Smith, the 1K. Of course, you can't go past that. We got 2 1K wide receivers. We were struggling for one, Eagle fans. We got 2 in the same season. That's also a good. And the defense, not 1, not 2. This we got 6 more sacks. First team in NFL history, 4 straight games with 6+ sacks against a Dallas Cowboys offense now with Tyron Smith, Tyler Smith, some Pro Bowlers on that offensive line. And we still got to Dak Prescott 6 times. Not every team that we're about to face the next 2 games have that main Pro Bowler on the offensive line. So that is my good for this past week. Now let's go to the bad. What are y'all bads that happened that y'all saw? We're going to start with King and then go to Symone.
Jonathan Gannis play calling, putting these damn players in bad situations. I'm not talking about the 3rd for 30 because that's ugly. That was ugly. So I'm going to get to that. But I'm just saying he's putting them in bad situations for them to be able to get up and down the field like that, especially not being able to adjust early. He's just too late. And this is how we got, to this point. The fumbling, man. We can't win a game fumbling the ball. I mean, not fumbling the ball, turning over the ball like 4 times. We can't do that. What else? Quaz Watkins, man, that shit got too. He was supposed to get that ball, man. He was supposed to take he just took the ball out of his hands, man. And I'm just like, yo, put in Zach Pascal, man. I'm over this, man. Put him in the slot receiver, man. It's a wrap for Quez. Quez been messing up lately, and that's all I got right now because the rest of it is ugly.
Are we doing good, bad, and ugly? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, bad is yes. Now is the bad, not the ugly. Not is the worst thing you saw, this past Christmas Eve. But what are your bad? That could probably be fixed, but it was still bad.
The bad was the interceptions, which I wasn't surprised by. I mean, I knew Minshew was going to throw a pick or 2. I mean, the dude hasn't played football in in a year, and he just found out he was going to be starting, and he had a funeral to go to 2 days, 3 days, 4 days before the game. So, I mean, I knew Minshew. I was about to call him Pickshoe. I knew Minshew wasn't going to I knew he wasn't going to be perfect. So I won't put that in ugly. And that's something that can be cleaned up. Again, Mans hasn't played a game in a year. So ugly, the picks, Josiah Scott. Bad. I won't give Josiah Scott ugly again because it's Josiah. Bad was, again, Josiah Scott, the secondary overall, Avonte Maddox getting hurt. Lane Johnson getting hurt. We could have probably did something on those last 2 or 3 drives if we had Lane Johnson in the game. So bad, I would say the injuries. I mean, if Lane and Avante didn't go out, who would have known how this game would have ended up? So honestly, I would say bad. The injuries and the 2 interceptions? And the 2 interceptions from Minshew.
All right. So look, this is my bad right here, man. The defense gave up too many points. But before I say that, hey, Minshew turnovers put them in short field, put them in bad
so I
positions.
can't even be that mad at
literally. Exactly. So back-to-back turnovers, right? The fumble by Miles Sanders and the interception by Minshew put them in short field position, but our defense still held up and only gave up 6 points during that time. But still, they still give up too many points, man.
Mhm.
Like, we can't really get to Dak the first 3 quarters. We got to Dak in the fourth quarter. I don't know what Dak was. We had 1 sack for 3 quarters, and then all of a sudden the fourth quarter, we started sacking Dak and Dak and Dak. Was it Dak or our defense? I don't know, because the Cowboys were down at the time. So he probably was, trying to extend the play, pressing a little bit more. But that's definitely like, oh, man, just too many points. The mental turnovers was bad. There's a play where the first pick he threw, Wes Watkins was waiting for him right there. But Mitchell was looking somewhere else. And in the last second, he threw it to Quez a little bit forward. And that's how that interception happened. So it seemed like that Mitchell to me all night. He looked scared to me. And then, look, a simple handoff. Come on, bro. Come on. You practice with practice squad guys. You had all week to practice with these starters. You knew that Jalen Hurts was not going to start on Christmas Eve. In a simple handoff, you could not execute. And that's the reason why, man, it's just like that. And then the scheme. Zeke and Pollard, every time Dak had to extend the play, the flats were dead. The flats was wide open. They were wide open. Zeke, Pollard all night long. Mm-hmm. To me, is it the scheme? Like, is it just, saying, hey, we're going to wish we get to Dak Prescott before he throw it out to the flats? I don't know. The scheme was a little bit off to me, but not too bad, because, yes, Minshew did give the ball over 3 times. Out of 4, Minshew get the ball over 3 times. So, yeah. So let's go to the ugly. The last segment, and then we're going to move on. No more Dallas Cowboys talk on this damn show until we meet them again. And matter of fact, scratch that. We ain't going to see them again. Ain't going to be no more Dallas talk until 2023. All right. But what was the ugliest part of this game, Symone?
The ugliest is the fumbles. Now, like I said, the interceptions, whatever, fine. You haven't, again, played football in a year, gotten in your rhythm, whatever. Decent little defense we was playing against. Fine. But there's no excuse for fumbling in my book. No absolute excuse. You learn how to hold on to that football in Pee Wee, little Pop Warner League. You know what I'm saying? Hold on to the darn ball. That's the first thing they teach 6-year-olds who's starting out to play football. I will never have any excuse for fumbling. You got one job. Hold on to the ball. Okay? It's not about no DB making a play, no wide receiver, coming up short on the route, a little too much air on the ball, a little too little air on the ball. Holding on to the ball. Fumbling was the ugliest thing in the world to me. So the fumbling, ugly.
Okay.
I don't want to go too much on Josiah because, again, I don't want to go too much in on Josiah. He got thrown into the game.
He did.
On Christmas Eve. Dude was not even knowing if he was going to play. I don't want to harp too much on Josiah. We should have never even got to the point where we saw Josiah Scott playing in December.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't want to harp too much on him. But I guess ugliest with me with the fumbles because we had opportunities and the fumbles kept us out of those opportunities.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, King.
3 for 30, man. That's the ugly for me. That play, man, that stung because I wasn't on video with you guys, but I was the same way. I'm like, yo, it's no way they're getting this pass off. And out of all people, I could have accepted if it was CD Lamb, but out of all people, T.Y. Hilton, a guy that just didn't really study too much of the playbook, and he just ran up the seam and passed Slay. And he saying that he thought he had, safety help. The safety came over too damn late. Jonathan Gannon sitting up there on the podium taking full accountability for the play call. So that play right there stunk. And when that play happened, I said, yo, we about to lose this game. It's no way that should have happened. It's no way that should have happened. So besides the turnovers, everything like that, that was ugly. That was ugly, man. Probably wasn't for the opposing team, but for us, that made us look real bad to the point where now, people like Cole's Cowboys can sit up there and talk trash saying, oh, the team's supposed to be elite. So
ain't nobody worry about Colts Cowboys, man.
but I'm just saying though. So yeah, that was about ugly. That play, that one play.
Yeah, man. Look, my ugly is these injuries, man. Golly. We've been healthy almost all season. Yet one guy there, he come back a few weeks later. The next guy, but man, Davis, concussion, Johnson. Yo, he opted not to have surgery, and I'm like, oh my God. Driscoll better be ready. Driscoll better be ready for the rest of the season because I don't think that Lane Johnson is coming back. Even if he does come back, I feel like within 1 or 2 snaps, he's like, damn, I should have got the surgery. I mean, yes, he's a champion, the tough guy, but I don't think that Lane Johnson is coming back. And Maddox, man, what the game
just got Maddox back too.
Yeah, like the game changed when Maddox went out. This dude, he could have almost had a sack with that Prescott. We got that out the way, but he also got hurt on that 10-yard loss with the against the Dallas Cowboys trick play when he handed off to CeeDee Lamb, whatever that the receiver was or the running back. He threw it back to Dak Prescott, but Maddox was aware of the play, and he went and tackled Dak for a 10-yard loss, and that's when the game changed because that's when his toe kind of like this. I was like, oh my God. As soon as he limped off, I'm like, damn, this dude is done for the season. Yeah, I was like, man, he's done for the season. So the injuries are definitely a concern, especially with CJ. He's still out. But the 3rd and 30 to me, man, if y'all was watching my play-by-play, I'm like, there's no way. There's no play in the book for 3rd and 30. And the next thing I know, a cover 2 was called. A quarters was called. Whatever goddamn defense that was called for the Dallas Cowboys to get a 53-yard completion. That's exactly the type of defense that was called. I mean, some people they try and blame it on Slay, but I think it was freaking who was our Blankenship was late getting there. He had the back half, but whatever. But that was the worst play I've seen as a Philadelphia Eagle fan. Opposing team complete 3rd and 30, Symone. Not 3rd and 10, not 3rd and 15. You need goddamn 30 yards.
All right, on to the Saints.
Incomplete 3rd and 30. I'm still having nightmares, but thank God this game did not mean as much for the Philadelphia Eagle fans. If it did, man, we probably would have been in like counseling right now, therapy every day until we find a way to get back at the Dallas Cowboys. But let's just say this, all right? Before we move on to the Saints, tell me, what was the turning point in this game? Like,
you just said it 1,000 times, 3rd and 30.
That was it?
To me,
that was the only.
That's when I checked out.
3rd and 30. Wait, nothing else. So we couldn't beat the Dallas Cowboys if the 3rd and 8 was not completed. If the Darius Slay, the illegal contact wasn't called. Yes, the 3rd and 30 was there. Huh?
That had me pissed. Darius, he on my list.
Yeah, but all those extended the drive, and they scored on every single drive. The 3rd and 8 when Maddox had Dak Prescott wrapped up like deep in their own, side of the field. That was going to be a punt, but that was end up in a touchdown. The 4th and 8, the Darius Slay, 4th and 8, the ball was out of bounds. 4th and 8 extended the drive. That's a touchdown. Of course, it's the 3rd and 30, but none of these turnovers. The Dallas Cowboys barely beat us by 6 points, and we was at their 19-yard line trying to score, and that's the only thing is 3rd and 30.
Now I'm confused by your question.
My question was,
if you asking me at what point in the game, for me, turning point is you asking what point in the game did I mentally give up the 3rd and 30? Because if I said, heck, the defense stood up, it's a 3rd and 30, y'all give that up. That was the point in the game where I gave up. Y'all giving up 3rd and 30s? Y'all.
All right, so with everything I just mentioned, do you feel like if any of those happen, that we don't give any of those up, that we win this game?
The 3rd and 30 was deflating. It deflated everything. The defense was hyped up and turned up. After the 3rd and 30, it gassed them. It deflated the team. It just put a bad taste on the whole game.
All right, King, before we move on to the Saints.
Yeah, for me, it's the same thing, the 3rd and 30, man. That's what it was. All the things that you listed, of course, as every Eagles fan, we're frustrated by it, but it wasn't the end-all, be-all. That play was the end-all, be-all for me, because if we were doing all these mistakes and getting all these penalties and keep extending plays for them and getting short field for them, all that's left is to try to stop him from 3rd and 30. That's his specialty. That's Jonathan Gannon's specialty. He's supposed to prevent the big plays. And what happened? That's what I'm saying. That's the play that did it for me.
Yeah. Hey, that handoff did it for me. That fumble handoff at our own 20-yard line.
That was just at the 3rd and 30 is when I gave up. When I said it would take a Christmas miracle to win the game.
Hey, you know why? Because the Eagles haven't punted all game, so you automatically knew that we could go down there and score because we were up at that handoff. We could have put them out with man. All right. Enough of the Cowboys. No more Cowboys talk. All right, I might load peep in it, every now and then to see how they doing in the team, especially tomorrow night against the Titans. I might do a play-by-play.
Nobody's playing for the Titans.
Yeah,
I know. But it'll be funny, though, and that's a perfect trap game for the Dallas Cowboys before a divisional game against the Washington Commanders. And Carson Wentz is starting for the Commanders. So we'll see what happens.
Carson's so darn petty, he'll probably lose the game to spite us.
Yep.
Nah.
You know how petty that man is.
All right, so the Philadelphia Eagles do have another game to play, believe it or not. Besides the Dallas Cowboys game, this upcoming game could be the end-all, be-all, especially we all want Jalen Hurts to play, and his injuries are piling up. So this upcoming matchup, Symone, how do you feel facing this Saints, this 9-6 Saints team that Jalen Hurts have owned since he's been the starting quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, including doing a mollywop on them last year as a number one, 2 ranked defense, and his rookie year being the number 1 defense. How do you feel about going into this matchup?
Let's start with what you said. Jalen Hurts has owned, not Gardner Minshew, first of all. Second of all, I'm going to keep it a buck and I'm going to keep it a bean with you. I honestly think Jalen didn't practice today. It's Wednesday. Heck, he probably, if I had to bet.
It's a walkthrough, though. Today was just a walkthrough.
If he don't participate tomorrow, I feel like he's not playing. Thursday, I feel like, is the most pivotal day. So, but I do believe, even with Gardner Minshew playing, Gardner Minshew put up 27 points versus Dallas, the little boys. They still some little boys. Little boys win something every now and again, but they still some little boys, okay? Minshew just happened to be the littler of the boys on Christmas Eve. But I do feel like our offense will keep us in this game. Out of all the bad and ugliness we talked about, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert made plays all game long. I do believe our offense, like our offense kept us in position to win that game against Dallas, the little boys, I do think there will not be 2 fumbles in this game. If Gardner is playing, they're going to be practicing with Gardner all week, we would think. There will not be 2 fumbles in this game. There won't be. I do think our offense is more high-powered than, even with Gardner Minshew, than the Saints offense. So I do believe we will be able to score on the Saints, and that will keep us in this game. Jalen Hurts or no Jalen Hurts. And hopefully this defense, which was ugly, but again, put in a lot of bad field position, a lot of bad positions, will tighten up. So I do feel confident. We will not have a busted 3rd and 30 again. Andy Dalton ain't no Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Andy Dalton. I don't think the Saints will be able to keep up with us offensively. Even if our defense does let us down, it's been very, very, very few times this season where our offense has wavered.
King?
One thing I could say is when the defense does have a bad game, they do try to bounce back. You know, they all were basically saying that. They always trying to say basically, you know, we had a bad game. We need to win this one and get our rest, basically. We got to get our rest. James Bradbury came out and said it. A couple of other players came out and said it. Also, like Symone said, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day because it's not our call who starts Hurts or Minshew. But I believe that we can still go out here and win one with Minshew, regardless of how garbage time or garbage, as one of the comments said, that he played against the Cowboys, which though I think he played as a backup quarterback. You know, he showed that he wasn't a starter in this league. But then again, but the bias me, I do want them to get out here and win because I will be at that game on Sunday. So I need them to get out here and handle business so we can go and rest up, man. I don't even want to care about the Giants next week.
Yeah, look, hey, I'm feeling pretty good about this game, man. Like, I haven't seen the Eagles lose 2 games all year. Have y'all?
No.
I haven't. I mean,
Okay, JC. Again, don't get me wrong. I love this energy that you have. And I'm not even being sarcastic. I wish I had this energy. But let's keep in mind, we have not seen a Eagles team under Jalen Hurts lose 2 games this season. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, but at the same time, I believe in our defense. 6 sacks the past 4 games. This is history we're talking about. Who's going to stop this defensive front? Josh Sweat is having a monster year. Hassan Reddick, monster year. Fletcher Cox looked like, 5 years ago, Fletcher Cox from 2017, Fletcher Cox. Hargrave is blown out. I mean, Slade, Bradbury, they are angry. They are hungry to have a bounce back game. Trust me. So that's what I'm saying. Andy Dalton put 0 fear in my heart. Okay? If you're talking about Kamara, maybe Kamara. But besides that, they have nobody else that should be able, like no CeeDee Lamb, no Zeke, no Pollard, like no Schultz, like no Gallup, no T.Y. 88 years old as on the field. Like, there's none of these guys playing on Sunday. So to me, at home, at the link, that is why we want home field advantage. Like, regardless who's the starting quarterback or not, being at the link is a different vibe. It's a different feel to it. Yes, these boys haven't played at the link in 3 weeks. This is their first home game in 3 weeks. So I'm telling you, they're going to be hungry. They're pissed off. Thanksgiving was probably, maybe, depend, like salty for them, whatever. But that's why I'm like, man, there's no way. We should treat this game like the Pittsburgh Steelers game. The only guy they had was Najee Harris. That's it. They had nobody else. Najee Harris, you stopped the run game. You stopped their whole system. Andy Dalton, I watched him all year. He's going to throw picks after three. This dude threw 3 damn interceptions and was still in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm like, why are you not putting Jameis Winston in? I don't know. So I'm just saying, this upcoming Sunday, I have no fear. I feel like at the length, we're going to clinch the number 1 seed. It is what it is. You call me delusional. You call me, I'm biased, whatever.
No,
it is,
that's a good point. You did make a good point about how long it's been since we've been at home. That is a really good point. And again, some stuff we've seen out of the defense was mischaracteristic. Some of the play calling was mischaracteristic. Darius Slay giving up that pass interference, that was mischaracteristic. And I don't think they will make some of the same mistakes that they made in back-to-back games. I do agree with that.
Yeah, and look, Gardner Minshew is not playing under the bright lights. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, he looked like he was scared on Christmas Eve. This is a 1:00 game against the Saints. I feel like a second game under his belt, a second full week of taking first-team reps, he will do better. And we will do better. And I feel like that we will run the ball better. The first, people saying, yes, we had like 21, 22 rushes. It was in the second half. The first half was like only 6 rushes. I was like, why ain't we running the ball? We wasn't running the ball the first half at all. Minshew had more passing yards. Dak Prescott had less passing rush than Zeke and Pollard had rushing yards. The Dallas Cowboys was running the ball. We were throwing the ball. That's not us. You know what I mean? So, and Dallas Goedert is back. Man, I'm sleeping in this game. Go ahead.
Now,
Go
don't
ahead,
jinx
King.
it.
Nah, sleep though.
But yeah, I agree. Like, that's not us running the ball, but that just goes to my point that our running game has been more effective with Jalen Hurts under the center. But Gardner Minshew is not that type of threat that's going to get Miles Sanders or Kenneth Gainwell or Boston Scott going to actually be a threat, because since Jalen Hurts is that threat, you got to be accountable for him on the RPO. So that has helped us do along the way. But I agree. I think the running game should actually pick up, but we do need extra blocking since Lane is out now. So that's what I'm gonna be looking for on Driscoll or whoever it is, whatever they decide to do, get into that situation where it's though that next man up mentality, and we need to go out here and get this number 1 seed. And that's all I'm looking for.
That's it. That's all we're looking for. And I saw this post on Twitter, man. Some 40, 50,000 follower guy posted, was like, God damn, we get a pissed off Eagle team that is fighting for a number 1 seed and a lower draft pick. We got, and not 1, not 2, but
That's
3
true.
things going for us. We're mad. We pissed off that we shit the bet, that we wet the bet on Christmas Eve. We're fighting for a number 1 seed to lock this up, and our draft pick is them Saints. Them Saints is holding our draft pick, so we have everything to go out there at the length and play for. They have really nothing, really. I mean, just regular hires, a lower draft seed, but look, it is what it is. But just going into this game, go ahead. You got Symone?
I'm agreeing with you. That's facts.
Okay. All right.
We do have, we have multiple reasons. Like you said, we got all the motivation factor is all on our side. It's 3 reasons why we should win this game. 1, we just had an ugly game. 2, we could get the number 1 seed. 3, like you said, draft pick implications. So if they don't win this game, pack it up, birds. You're finished.
I don't know about finished. we do have the little Giants coming up, though. But still, at home, at the link, I will be at that game. But still, I know what you're saying. We all want to pack it up this game right here because we need our rest.
It's time to pack it up. It's time to pack it up. We been playing with our food too long.
It is time to pack it up. But is it finished? If we don't win this game, I don't know. Because Jalen Hurts will be back before the end of the season. But, is what it is. So, the defensive game plan heading into this Sunday game. So, what do you want to see, King? What do you want to see as far as the defense-wise? Like I said, 6+ sacks, 4 games in a row. Unheard of. This team got more sacks than a lot of teams in 4 games whole season. So what do you want to see from this defense heading into this Sunday matchup at home?
More aggressive play calling from Jonathan Gannon. First things first. Also, continued with that streak of 6+ sacks. Being able to stop Alvin Kamara, man. Alvin Kamara is an explosive player, especially when healthy or in the right system. And it's right now, I already know that they are in playoff contention. They could make the playoffs if stuff goes right. But they want to win this game. So we cannot go in there slouching like, oh, it's just the Saints. We got to go in there like we want the number 1 seed. We want the NFC East division. We also want the higher pick, as you said. We want all those things. So y'all going to give me that. That's what I want to see when I'm at the stadium on Sunday.
Don't jinx us out there at that game either.
No, I'm not jinxing nobody.
Because this
I ain't jinxing nobody.
does not have a good record this season being at the game.
Oh wait! Oh yeah! I mean,
whoa!
I wasn't at the game. I wasn't at the game.
You've been to a game this year.
Week 3. Well, I was at week 3. We got 9 sacks.
You're 1-1 then.
All right.
What game you been at?
I will be in week 18, and I will be in week 18 against the Giants. But last year, I was 3-0 last year.
I guess.
That's all I'm saying. But
put that bad juju on this damn podcast.
Everybody was like I was bad up being at the game.
Hey, I mean, you're pretty.
But it wasn't just my first time being at the game. Rachel from Bleeding Green Nation, it was her first game.
Bird Gang 31.
It was one of the 3 of us. It was 3 people, 3 podcasters.
The Bird Gang was asleep.
It was me.
He was asleep in the game, though. He was asleep.
Yeah, he was asleep.
Yeah, I saw that. He went too hard at the tailgate, boy.
So, Symone, what's your defensive game plan for this upcoming Sunday? And then we go on transition to the office game plan and give me your keys of victory and get out of here.
Like we mentioned against the little boys, we got to keep that pressure early. We should be getting to Andy Dalton early. We shouldn't even give them a chance to test Josiah Scott. We shouldn't give them a chance to test Reed Blankenship. We need to take Andy Dalton. We need to take Alvin Kamara out the game. And Alvin Kamara, he a little pass catcher. He a little running back. He be doing a little Swiss Army knife type of stuff. So we got to take him out completely. And again, it's going to start with the defensive pressure. We can't wait till the 4th quarter to now. I mean, we had the pick 6, but after that, what was going on? Nothing. The defensive line is our strongest unit right now on defense. Even with Jordan Davis out, Linval and Ndamukong Suh have shown that they can step up. We don't know what's going on down in that secondary with Reed starting to show his undrafted free agentness and Josiah Scott starting to show himself out there. So we don't even need them testing the waters in the secondary. Up front, we got to bring that pressure pack. It's no excuse for the defensive line. That is my defensive game plan. Keep your eye on Alvin Kamara and little Chris Olave.
But also Taysom Hill, they probably going to try to run some plays for him too.
Ain't nobody worried about no 55.
I'm just saying.
Taysom Hill.
55.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Hey, look. He is right though, because the Philadelphia Eagles have had a little issues with mobile quarterbacks. But every time he comes in, look, that's 9 to my 10. He's going to try to run. But the Philadelphia Eagles showed this past Sunday that they stopped Zeke and Pollard from running the ball. But like you said, Alvin Kamara, remember, this was one of my bad. The flats was open. So how could our scheme, help the players get there and stop Kamara from the flats? Because I feel like that's how they are going to be competitive. Not beat us, but be competitive if we are constantly just giving up screens and flats wide open. Because Zeke and Pollard, the most successful night was against, when Dak was rolling out, the flats was wide open. There was nobody there. No linebacker. Where the hell was TJ Edwards? I don't know. Kaiser White, I don't know where the hell he was at. The running back was like right there. Oh, okay. Thank you. Wide open. Just wait. There's nobody even looking at him. So Kamara, he's definitely got the capability of, just being that guy. So, but as far as the offensive side, I know we talk about the defensive scheme, right? What you like to see, but who's your biggest threat on the Saints offensive side? Kamara.
Chris Olave, he's shown some promise and he has a future, but I don't see Chris Olave tearing it up against us.
His hamstring is bad too.
Yeah. Chris Olave, like I said, he's shown some promise here and there. He can maybe do something in the future, but he has not shown that he's a weapon to be worried about.
He's been doing great for me in fantasy all year. I don't know.
He's been doing great for you?
And fantasy all year. Absolutely.
Oh, you got him? What he been doing?
He's been giving me double-digit points in fantasy every game. Besides last game that he was out because of a bad hamstring. So that's
so maybe
the thing.
We need to watch out for little.
If he plays, it's going to be a tougher game because of his speed. You know what I mean? He's from that's a big
Lord, I can see Darius Slay trying to chase him right now.
He's a Big Ten guy, so they might put him in the slot. Matter of fact, he does play the slot too.
Josiah Scott got to be on. Hey,
he does play the slot too.
That's
and
what I was saying.
Galloway, their big body wide receiver. Yeah. So look, I'm not gonna sleep on the Saints, but I'm sleeping just a little bit. I'm taking a nap. I'm taking a nap, and I'm not
I don't think the Eagles taking no dang naps.
Nope. Nope. Come Red Bull,
no.
I need them to own it. Red Bull and going out
and
after
that's
everybody.
Why I said, get that. The only thing we can be comfortable with on defense is the defensive line. Again, they've been wreaking havoc all season long. They slept in those first three quarters. Yes. Those are the guys. Now, again, Josiah Scott needs to do better. Slay can have a better game. Reed Blankenship can have a better game. But who's been the most consistent all season long for us? The defensive line. Those are the guys I'm relying on in this game. That should be a non-factor. If we get it home, hitting home, putting that pressure on Andy Dalton. Take Olave out of the game. Take Kamara out of the game. Don't even test Reed. It shouldn't even have to test Josiah. The defensive line is who we're going to have to rely on this game. Bring that pressure pack because Dalton can't do it under pressure. That's all I'm saying.
But also, I see this game being like a Vikings game. Let me see. Kind of like the Vikings and...
The Vikings, you mean week 2 when we was fully healthy?
Right.
But no. The Vikings. Well, look, we've been fully healthy all year, though. So you can't
fully healthy. We've been without Avante. We've been without C.J. Gardner-Johnson. We've been without Dallas Goedert. So no, we have not been. Jordan Davis. We have not been fully healthy. So what is you saying? Yeah. The Cardinals game, we had several linemen go out. Jason Kelce went out against the Cardinals. What is you saying, JC? What?
Well, as far as the defensive pressure getting to the quarterback and the balls are, matter of fact, Cooper Rush, yes, you know what I mean? Okay. This is going to be a Dallas Cowboys, Minnesota Vikings week 2, week 6 type of thing. You get to the quarterback, the ball just come like floating in the air, and anybody could catch that. Against Andy Dalton, this dude is interception after interception machine. So we get pressure to Dalton. Everything else
Agreed.
is X'd out to me. But giving y'all 3 keys to victory and y'all score prediction for this upcoming Sunday, 1 p.m. New Year's.
Wait, we never
Day.
said key to the offense.
Yeah, like we skipped something.
You got a date tonight? Y'all going out to dinner or something?
No, no, all right. Hey, talk to me. All right, so talk to me.
You better be off that line by 8:30.
Nah. Look, this Saints defense, regardless what their offense are doing, I watch them play all season long. They are always tough up front with Cameron Jordan, with the DeMarco Davis. And don't forget the shutdown corner that they have, LaShawn Lattimore. So what is the offensive game plan going into this game? Even though the past couple years they've been number 2, number 1 in rush defense, overall defense, we gashed them with Jalen Hurts. But like Symone said, this is not Jalen Hurts. Okay, so what is your offensive game plan, Symone, going into this game?
My offensive game plan, and again, I'm not worried about the offense. My offensive game plan is AJ Brown making plays. Check, he did that. Dallas Goedert making plays. Check, he did that. AJ Brown making plays. Check, he did that. Sadly, you can't game plan with Gardner Minshew because 1, we don't know what the heck he's going to look like at 1 p.m. on Sunday. And 2, we want to get the run game going, of course, establishing the run. But is the run game going to be as good without Jalen Hurts? Because, again, we don't have that threat, those little fake handoffs. They know Gardner Minshew isn't running. So I think that hurt our run game a little bit last game of us not having that dual, fake it to Miles. Because some y'all, our fakes was going crazy. It'll be plenty of times I'm watching the game. I don't know if Jalen or Miles got the ball. So I know that they was faking out them defenders. We don't have that dynamic with Jalen Hurts out the game. So I'm not sure about the run game. And I'm not sure about Gardner Minshew, but there's 3 things I'm sure about. Little Devontae making plays, AJ Brown making plays, and Dallas Goedert making plays. Even with Minshew being bad, even with the run game being sketchy, those 3 brothers stood up and made plays. So, I'm relying on them guys.
King.
I'm relying on Shane Steichen trying to establish the run early, even though we are going against a tough team on the run, because that opens up the playbook. Like Symone said, these receivers, they've been reliable all year. The numbers and the stats speaks for itself. Also on offense, I want to see how our offensive line block with injuries to it. That's what I'm looking to see. What else? Just being able to just be dominant, be dominant on that side of the ball to the point that we're scoring points and not just settling for 3 or just 3 and outs. I don't want to see a backtrack of what we didn't see with the Dallas Cowboys game, whereas though we didn't punt. We want to score points. So I want this to be over quick to the point where, we already celebrating us being the number 1 seed before I leave that damn stadium.
Okay, look, Devontae Smith to me and Dallas Goedert, those 2 guys are going to have to be it, because I feel like that the Saints defense, like Symone said, the defensive front have no RPO to worry about. There's no RPO, and that's what they struggle with the past couple years. There's no Jalen Hurts to, trying to say who got the ball. It's Miles Sanders, Gainwell, Boston Scott, and Minshew, slow as molasses ass. And we saw this past Christmas Eve. This dude cannot get outside and gain no more than a yard. I feel like every time Minshew start running, he's about to pull a hammy. He's like a struggle bus. It's like somebody's like, come here, you. Where you going? Where you going? Like, he's so slow. I'm like, oh my God. Jalen Hurts would have got that first down. Jalen Hurts would have got that touchdown. Jalen Hurts, like the whole game.
Oh, I missed that man, Jalen, boy.
Yeah, I'm like, boy. And now I hope that y'all Eagle fans realize what type of quarterback you have. A quarterback that could keep the defensive line The defense coordinator is up at night preparing for a dual threat quarterback, not a Gardner Minshew type running offense. So I feel like that Goddard being back, man, it could not come at a better time. Him being back, making these tough catches. And look, Minshew got to look. Devontae Smith made some outstanding catch. A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, but God damn, Minshew about to set them up. Like them knees, the rib shots. I'm like, oh my God. Like every time he throw the ball, I'm holding my damn rib right there. Yo, because it's like defenders are coming left and right. There's no clean throws. It's like everything is like tough catches. People was like, yeah, he threw for 3-something. These guys, the talent on this team is the reason why he had 300-something yards, like passing. It wasn't Minshew delivering the ball on time, on target. Devontae Smith, like, torquing his body.
Exactly.
Like, what the hell is going on? The sideline. Yo, these are throws that Jalen Hurts could probably make a little bit easier because of the rapport he had with these guys. So definitely Goddard, Sanders, Goddard and Smith, because I feel like that Lattimore is going to be on A.J. Brown the whole game, and he does travel. So just take advantage, man. Look, put your pride aside, go to Smith, go to Goddard, run the ball, and just do what you can, because this is not going to be a 200-300 yard rushing game like we had the past couple times we faced the Saints. We had over 200 yards at both times with Jalen Hurts. This is probably going to be like a 120, 130 type of game. All Miles Sanders game well. But yeah, so.
And if Miles Sanders plays, because what's up with him and his little knee?
Yeah, man. Look, all we heard was he had a knee injury. If the game was today, he wouldn't even practice. So I'm hoping over the next couple of days he gets some little. But we'll see.
But if Miles plays, Miles got to step up. I'm not saying he hasn't stepped up or he can't step up. But I was expecting a little more from little Miles, especially since he's running for a contract. I was expecting a little bit more from Miles. I mean, it's only so much you can do. You know what I mean? Going against a defensive line like that. But we're going to need more from Miles this game. If he playing, you want that big money? Show us. Do a little something extra. Shake off a tackle. Shake your leg out from a defender and burst off. Do a little something more, Miles. Just a little something more.
Yeah, and the play calling has to be better. We cannot be telling Minshew to throw it more in the first half than we run it. That's exactly what we did against the Dallas Cowboys. We threw it a lot more, at least 10 times more, at least 10 more passes than what we ran. And Dak Prescott was throwing at least 10 less than what the Cowboys was running. That's the type of offense we need. Yes, we understand that your prize on line. You're probably coaching for, a head coaching job next year. I get it. But stick with what works. You have one of the best offensive line in football. Yes, Driscoll. Yes, look, it's hard. Just like you said that Josiah Scott got thrown in there on Christmas Eve. The same thing happened to Driscoll. If you watch that, we was at the 19-yard line. Driscoll is the reason why that Gardner Minshew did not complete that last throw, because Driscoll got tripped up, got bull rushed, and was on his back. And Gardner Minshew was looking down instead of looking ahead. That's the reason why we could not complete that last pass. So with another week of practice, and now Samalu, alternate Pro Bowl guard is there to help him out with Kelsey. Look, it's going to take a team effort now. It's going to take a team effort with Lane Johnson being out. So, but with another week of practicing and getting together, I feel like that we will be fine. Look, we've been doing this all last year. the thing is, this offensive linemen, they all have experience, even Dillard from last year. Because man, this ain't no anything new for us. We've been doing the next man up. Now it's time to prove it. With the stakes are higher, the number 1 seed on the line, home field advantage throughout, clinching the playoffs, spot number 1. But we'll see what happens.
Let the game begin.
Let the game begin. So now, let's go through to our 3 keys of victory, Symone. But I'm going to play devil's advocate. Tell me 3 reasons why that the Saints could win this game. 3 keys for the Saints, and then 3 keys to the Philadelphia Eagles victory.
Honestly, it's
in the sense we won this game, what would happen?
Okay,
what would they have to do?
The Eagles to win this game, 1, that pressure pack up front. Like I keep saying, we got to bring that pressure up front. We got to make Andy Dalton struggle throughout the whole game to get the ball off. Struggle. He should be scampering. He should be on the run. He should be throwing the ball out of bounds. Punting from the Saints. Like I keep saying, our defensive line has been the strongest and most consistent and the most healthy right now. So the defensive line bringing that pressure pack. 2, our pass catches, Devontae, AJ Brown, and Dallas Goedert. Again, they're the second most consistent thing this season, honestly. And we got Dallas Goedert back. We saw how much, even though we were winning, we saw how much the offense struggled with Dallas Goedert not being in the game. And we saw how big he was in the game against Dallas. So that's key number 2. Again, the most consistent thing we have right now and the most healthy thing is Dallas, AJ, and Devontae. Those guys have to step up and make plays. And they showed that last Saturday, whatever it was. They showed that. That's the key number 2. 3, like we said, the run game. I'm not putting any confidence in that secondary. I don't know Reed like that. I don't know him like that. He's still new. I don't know Josiah like that. I ain't putting no confidence down there. So my second key is coming on offense again, just in case Reed getting cooked, just in case Josiah getting cooked by little Chris Olave. Again, the offense will have to keep us in this game. Miles will have to run. Now, how can the Saints win this game?
Yes.
Again, I don't know the Saints like that. But one way they could win, I don't know this. I don't even think I watched one Saints game this season long. But I will go with what our weaknesses are. 1, quarterback. For the Saints to win, they're going to have to put that pressure on Gardner Minshew. Now, again, I don't know if they have those guys up front to do that, but they're going to have to put pressure on Gardner Minshew. He already showed he's not that accurate. His arm was a little noodleish. He was making some weird throws that AJ and Devontae were having to be acrobats to catch. They'll have to put pressure on Minshew. They will have to stop our run game. And Chris Olave, I don't know if Chris is playing, but they will have to take it. Whoever's playing is going to have to take advantage of Josiah Scott.
Yeah, facts. Absolutely. And before I get you, I go to King. There was a question about. All right, here we go. What are your thoughts on Brennan and LeBlanc back? Because he is healthy. He tweeted out last week, and some way, somehow, an injury happened. He was on the Philadelphia Eagles 2017 team that picked off Drew Brees in the divisional round playoffs. What are your thoughts on bringing him back to the Philadelphia Eagles?
I don't know. It's been a while. Like, we don't even have, like, Jonathan Gannon is new. The reason why I was for Anthony Harris was because, 1, we need depth. He knows Jonathan Gannon. He's been here recently. Jim Schwartz is gone, baby. I'm saying, bringing in somebody this late that don't know the defense, don't know the defensive coordinator, don't know the team. Heck, we might be the same with Josiah Scott. So it can't hurt to see what he can do. But I wouldn't have high expectations for him. How about that?
Okay. All right, so King. All right, same question, and then give me your, your three keys to victory for the Eagles. And if the Saints would some way somehow defeat the Philadelphia Eagles, what do they have to do? Their three keys.
I'm gonna keep the LeBlanc thing short. I think LeBlanc treat was just like, "Hey, big head." That's how it was for me. It was, "Hey, big head," because he likes what he see, and he's like, "Yo, I still can perform." So pick me. That's basically what it is. It's like an ex that's trying to get back. I don't want that. I'm cool with Josiah Scott, but he needs to play. He needs to play. He needs to show up this game. Period. If he show up against Chris Olave, then I might sit up there and make a whole video about him and make a play-by-play on just him. Period. But let's get into the three keys, man. So for the Saints, I'm gonna do the Saints first. Saints got to stop our run game. That's our foundation. It's been our foundation. Got to stop our run game, and we can't go away from that. But the run game needs to be stopped by the Saints. They have to be able to get to Gardner Minshew before he's able to make a decision. And also our defense, not our defense. I'm on the Saints. They have to take advantage of, like what you pointed out, and I didn't pay attention to it. I'm playing it back in my head. That flat is always open, and Alvin Kamara is good off of yards after catch. So if they take advantage of that, then it could be a couple long drives on the Eagles, which could get the defense tired. We go into with all the animosity and stuff like that from the last game, but then we get winded, then we get hurt. God forbid we don't, but that's what can happen. So we got to make this to the point where everything is cut off from the Saints. That's number one. For the Eagles, everything has to be cut off. Chris Olave, all of them have to be cut off. I want Josiah Scott to have a flawless game. I want him to have a flawless game because between him and the damn Kayvon Wallaces of the world, every single time they come in, they pick on him. So now I know they're game planning for that. They're game planning for that. Number two, our defense has to get to Andy Dalton. Got to get to Andy Dalton, and we got to be ready for when that Hill guy come in, because they're going to try to, mix it up a little bit, especially if Andy is struggling like he always did. And number three, like I said, the O-line. Our O-line has to come and show up, man, because I already know that they can apply pressure, and then they can also affect our running game, whereas though that now the passing game is obsolete because, now they can play their game because they predicted what we're going to do. So we need to basically get everything with the O-line together to the point where we're winning that battle, at least.
Look, the whole LeBlanc thing to me, it's cute, but no thanks. Anyway, the three keys for the Saints being the Philadelphia Eagles is to turn the damn ball over 5-6 times, maybe 4 or 5 times, like we did this past, Christmas Eve. Another reason why is to guess what? You can't stop the run. Yeah, if you can't stop the run, the time of possession, especially if you start bringing in this dude called man, what's that tight end name? Damn, what's that tight end name for the Saints? Oh shoot, what's the tight end name? He played quarterback. He got that big contract for them. What the? Yo, why am I going blank right now? We literally talked about him earlier.
Are you talking about? Who? What are you talking about?
The Saints tight end / quarterback. This dude is the tight end.
Taysom Hill.
Yes, Taysom Hill. If we can't stop Taysom Hill and with Kamara, and then they start coming in, we can't stop the run combined with Taysom Hill and Kamara.
Again,
so that's my second one.
Oh, go ahead, finish. I thought it was your last one.
No, go ahead, you good.
No, go to your last one.
All right, so and the last point I see the Saints could possibly do something is on special teams. Is if they get good field position from their special teams and kicking field goals. Of course, we know that special team for us is bottom of the list. But for everybody else, look at what Turpentine did to us. You know what I mean? That dude had a good, return. I mean, look, so those are the three. You know what I mean? We can't stop the run. The turnovers and on special teams. As far as the Philadelphia Eagles go, look, establish the run. It doesn't matter who's back there. Jalen Hurts, Gardner Minshew, Nick Foles. You establish the run. That is your bread and butter, and then utilize your playmakers, your Dallas Goedert, your Devontae Smith. Do not try to force feed AJ Brown if he's not open, because LaShawn Lattimore is going to be on AJ Brown. And guess what? Defensive line. This is your game to show up again. Why not make it 5 games in a row with 6+ sacks in a row? Come on now. The defensive line definitely have to be on their P's and Q's. So, King, tell me, who do you have winning this game? And what is your score?
28-17 Eagles.
28-17 Eagles. Damn, that's it. Man, we're going for 28 points. Okay, all right. Symone, who do you have winning this game?
The Birds. I'm going to go. It's hard doing math with the scores. I'm going to go.
I know. It is. It is.
Oh, it's hard.
But
it's
you
hard.
do your own score prediction. Well, no. You do the picks, huh?
Yeah.
I did pick.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 35. Because, again, what we showed we could do against a better defense. You know what I mean? I'm going to go 35. They're going to have more time together with Minshew. I'm going to go 35. I'm going to go 35. I like 14.
Okay.
No, I meant 17. I like 17. I like his 17. I'm going to go 35-17.
I always go with 17 because that is what the Philadelphia Eagles are averaging throughout the whole year. Besides the Dallas Cowboys, a 40 burger. Yes, I understand. But throughout 90% of the year, 17 was the minimum. So I'm going to definitely go with 17 points for the Saints. But I'm definitely look, if Minshew could put up 27 points on the Dallas Cowboys with a better defensive front, with Trayvon Diggs, with the Dan Quinn calling the defense, I'm going to go with 40. I'm going to go with 40-17 the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. So before I go to the last thoughts, if you're watching on all platforms, Symone with the Sports, King DV, and mine, please make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all been peeping in here all night, so don't hate on us. Don't be a creep. Hit that like button.
They love creeping, boy.
All the time.
A lot of creep. Yeah.
Creeping. Yeah. So hit that like button for us, man. It pushes our content out. And if you're new to any of our channel, all the link is in the description. We made it even simple for y'all. Just go to the description, click the link, and it's sends you directly straight to their channel. Final word. We're going to start with Symone since you are the guest for tonight. What is your final word of the night?
My final word is now you usually say defense, but I have to say defensive line. Do not let me down. It's Andy Dalton. Please don't let me down. Defensive line. That's it.
All right, King. Any final words?
We left out of AT&T Stadium with blood in our mouth, and we need to start putting blood in other people's mouths, man. I didn't like that. So we need to go out here and get this number 1 seed this week. I don't want to hear about, we got another game and everything. No, we need to get it this week so people can start resting. So by the time we get after the bye week, then we know we got some hitters coming back, and that's including Lane Johnson if he's coming back in that round. or so forth. But we need to do that right now. Right now. I don't want to hear anything about no Cowboys game again. I don't want to hear anything. We got to worry about the Saints.
JC the only one who keep bringing them up.
on.
But talk about them for 35 minutes.
But yeah, I don't care about that no more. That's why I never did. I didn't even do no videos on it, man. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, this didn't." My videos before the game, they was like, "Oh, this didn't age well." Things like that. They was poking the bear, but I'm like, no,
Mama
you know what?
Age well.
I am not. I am not doing it. I'm not going back and forth with no Cowboys content creators. I'm not, or fans. But no, we really need to worry about this game, man. We need to get everybody healthy for the playoffs, and this is the game to do it, man. I thought it was going to be the last game, but it is what it is. This game needs to be it, so we can have a week, 2, maybe 3 weeks prep to the point where we can get healthy.
Look, my final word is this. Eagle fans, don't worry. We got this. We will be okay. I'm telling you right now. I have faith in this defensive line, Symone. I have faith in King. Look, King DV, we will get 6+ sacks. Watching Monday Night Football and doing play-by-play throughout the whole season, you watch a lot of teams. Andy Dalton is buns. He's waiting to throw 3-4 interceptions when we haven't had one in a while. So I feel like that we will be fine. We're just going to wrap it up. And Gardner Minshew will be better than last Sunday. Miles Sanders will not fumble again. Big play Slip will not get caught looking back. You know what I mean? We won't throw 4 interceptions or 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles and give up a 3rd and 30. We will be fine. So just relax and enjoy Sunday 1 p.m. It might not even be on primetime TV. Like, hey, you may have to have direct TV or whatever or Fire Stick to watch it. It's okay. But guess what? You can find it right here because I'll be doing a live play-by-play right here Sunday covering the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Saints. It's all good. But where could they find you at, Symone? And then we're going to go to King and then we out of here.
Symone with a Y, Symone with the sports, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Because they love putting our eye where that Y go.
King.
Man, catch me on YouTube, King DV Sports, Facebook, Twitter. I'm heavy on Twitter. Also, TikTok. I do my thing on there to try to funnel some fans, over to my channel, man. I'm trying to get like y'all. But also you can catch me at the game if you go into the Saints game. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna do a little tailgating before I get there, but it's not gonna be heavy. Oh, I'm not. No, I'm not BG. I ain't BG. No shade, but I ain't gonna be no BG. No. But we gotta finish our food. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Facts. Look, hey, JC Sports Talk 20 on Twitter and on Instagram, JC Sports Talk, and of course on YouTube, JC
and
Sports
TikTok.
Talk. But no TikTok. I'm too old for that shit.
TikTok?
But I mean, I'm too old for TikTok, man. Look, I got enough thumbnails.
We're not doing dancing.
Look, it took me about 5 hours to do a thumbnail. I ain't got time to act no extra stuff.
Is where the money at, brother.
You know what? Hey, let me hire you, someone with the sports, and then you do my TikTok for me. Hey, how about that?
It depends how big that budget is. We gotta talk budget.
Yo, look, it's all good, man. Hey, I appreciate all y'all tuning in. Please make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Regardless if you're Eagles fan or Cowboys fan, it doesn't matter, man. We keep it happy. We keep it light. We keep it clean over here. And as always, we will see y'all this upcoming Sunday or whenever we play each other. Go Birds.